In this video, we are going to be looking at strings in Python. Earlier, I told you that you can use either double quotes or single quotes. Here, we have used double quotes. We also have a concept of triple quotes like this. Okay, so when do we use these triple quotes? We use it to format long strings, typically. So for example, you want to write the body of a message in an email. So let me give this a variable like body. Okay. So I'm going to put my message within these triple quotes. So I can say something like, hello, James. Welcome to Bethel Coding Academy. Have a nice time. Things like that. So it can be anything, right? You can keep going on and on. Okay, so you can keep going on and on. So we use this for formatting long strings. So I'm going to take this out. So I just showed you that. So what are the exciting things that we can do with strings? Well, we can look at the length of a string. So this is a built-in function called length. So we use it to check the length of the characters that are in a string. Actually, there's a broader concept to this. We can use it in lists, tuples, and so on. But in this context, we use it to check the length of characters in a string. So what is a function basically? A function is a reusable piece of code that you can use to perform some task or a repeated task. Take for example, look at your remote control on your TV set. You have the power button, you have 1, 2, 3, you have the buttons that you can use to change the channel. So let's look at the power button for a case study. The power button is to power on and to power off your television set. Actually, behind that button, there is a code that has been embedded. So that button performs a repeated task on and off. So that is a typical example of a function I can give you. So and then when we do this, when we use this parentheses, we are executing this function. Or we can say we are calling this function. That is one to use it. So and there are two types of functions. Some take an argument while some don't. So for this type of function, it takes an argument. So the one that don't take an argument, you don't need to put anything here and that function works. But this one takes an argument. So we are going to check the length of grid. So we check this variable. So and then we print this on our terminal. So we can print the length of grid. So let's see this. Okay, so you can see it's 32. Actually, let me run this. I told you that on Windows it is Python app.py. On Mac it is Python 3 app.py. So here we go. So we don't see that long path again. So we have 32 characters in this string. So that is it on length. So what are the other things that we can do? There's so much exciting things that we can do. So I'm going to clear this terminal now. Okay, so we can access some of the characters in this string. Okay, so take for example, we can access them by their index. So what do we call an index? An index is the position an item is. Okay, so in terms of strings, the position where each of these items is, there is an index for them. For example, this W is on index 0. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and so on. So Python is a zero index program. That is, you start counting from 0 when it comes to indexes. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on. You get it? So we want to access the first character. What index are we going to use? We are going to use 0 because it's on the 0th index. So I'm going to bring this up. I'll use the up arrow to bring up the previous command. Python 3 app.py. See this? The first item is 0. So if you look at the fourth item, you're going to see that also. So you see it is O. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So how about if we want to access the last item? Actually, we don't have to count everything like this. We can use a -1 to check the last item on the list, no matter what the item is. So we see Y. Beautiful. So if you use -2, you already know what the answer will be. So we have him because -1, -2. Beautiful. You can also do some other exciting things. You can slice through. Okay, for example, you can do something like this. If you use 0 and you use a colon like this, well, you want to see everything after 0. That is what it means. So you're going to still see everything in this string. So we still see all our items or all our characters, but we can slice through. For example, we want to see from 0 to 5. Okay, so let's see our result. So look at this, we see welcome. So it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but excluding this index itself. So that is, it doesn't include this any index you put at this position. So for example, if you put 6, it's not going to include the 6th one, but we are going to have welcome. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's how this works. So we are slicing through. Okay, so you can also see everything before the 6th index. Look at this. If you go to this place, we still see welcome, right? So we can see 2 to 6 even. You can do a lot of things. So we can see LCOM. Okay, 2 to 6. So it means that if you see 0, 1, 2, so 2, 3, 4, 5, excluding the 6th item. So you can see this. This is very beautiful. So you can, with this concept, you can try a bunch of things on your own. All right, you can do a lot of stuff. You can see everything before the -3 and all that. Okay, so you can see everything. So with this foundation, so you can see that we have everything before this -3 index. Okay, and we can have everything from, let's say, 5 upward. So with this concept, I've been able to introduce you to the basics of strings. We still have a lot of things we can do with strings. We have some methods and stuff like that. In coming videos, I am going to be showing you that.